a new hairstyle. It's not really a new hairstyle because I've had it before in the past, so I'm just going back to this hairstyle, except for now it's this hairstyle with the side shape. But anyways, I got another letter today. It wasn't a good one. Michael, he's having some issues. He's not, it's not easy there. So he talked through it a little bit, and I got to have a response letter, and I sent that out today. Hopefully he has more time to write, and we can kind of get a dialogue back and forth. But I'm not sure how that goes. Today I obviously got the hair done. I got it re-permed and cut into the bobby. That was really fun. Some of my other friends are thinking about getting perms as well. I do love perms, if you're wondering. They're amazing. They're great. I love them. I feel more like me. I feel fun and energetic and just more like me. And the only thing that sucks is it does smell really bad. So all day I just smell the bad hair smell. But another thing is really bad is because when you first get a perm, you can't wash it for the 72 hours, 48 to 72 hours. And with my workouts and my workout schedules, that kind of sucks because now I just have gross smelling hair, and I just know that it's gross because I sweat when I work out. So that sucks. Hey guys, sorry, my camera died. Okay, anyways, the hairdo has given me a pep in this step. So, today has been a little bit better. Just kind of not really doing much, but just doing stuff. I am having some issues because, hold on, gotta get some green tea. I am having some issues that I've been noticing. My mom plays pool league on Mondays, so I'm alone on Mondays. And what I noticed tonight is I'm scared. I'm scared being alone. Sorry, my dog's just gonna scratch himself and make noises. Come here, Ringo. Come here. Let me get your collar off. Come here. There you go. He doesn't like wearing his collar, so I take it off at night normally. But I have been feeling scared just to be home alone. And usually I don't feel that way. When I used to live in the middle of nowhere, just out in the country. And I was normally really fine with it. I never felt scared at home. I never really felt like somebody could come in and hurt me. But for some reason today I have felt, and not just today, but recently I just feel scared to be alone. And I don't know if it has anything to do with Michael or not. I just feel scared. And for some reason today there's been a lot of really weird noises outside. Me and my mom heard it. Ringo was freaking out because my dog Ringo is really scared with thunderstorms, and a lot of it sounded like thunder, and there was no storms today. So it was just kind of weird because we couldn't find where it was coming from. The roofing guys are we live in like a condominium type thing, so the roofing guys are working on a different set of condos. So they're sort of close to us, but not really close to us. Not enough to be making like the noises we were hearing, but me and my mom couldn't figure out where they were coming from. And then I was home alone, and they were making those noises, and Ringo was really scared, and he like jumped up next to me, and he was like shaking. So that also added on to the scary factor, because I couldn't figure out what these noises were coming from. I just don't like being alone, and normally I wouldn't be alone because Michael would be here with me, because that just is the way things were. I would never really be alone. I would always have either Michael or my mom at all times. It's just, I'm not alone. So I'm gonna have to get used to it, because that's gonna be my life. But it's not fun being alone. I know I really haven't talked about it, but I do know that I've mentioned my issues. I guess I can kind of briefly talk about it, because this update's not going to be super long. That's pretty much all that I had to update. Is I got my hair done, and I worked out, and that's all I really did. Worked on a Bible study. So my issues are pretty much that when I'm alone, even if I'm not alone, I feel alone. And I think bad things. And one or two things happen. So I am alone, and I start to overanalyze everything. And I'm sure a lot of people have this problem. I start to overanalyze everything, and I start to think bad things. Okay. Thank you for that noise. I start to think bad things, and I start to think I'm just the worst person on earth, and I don't deserve anything. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, or at least have heard of what I'm talking about. So that's why I always fill my time with things. I can't just be alone and quiet and not do anything. I'm constantly have to have some sort of sound or stimulation. So I'm always watching TV, always watching my phone, always playing music. Something has to be happening around me. I have to be doing something, listening to something. Because if I don't, and I'm just sitting there and being quiet, I start to think bad things. So that's one of my issues. My second issue is I always feel alone, no matter who I'm with. So I can be surrounded by my family and my friends, and I just feel like I am entirely alone. They don't want me there. They don't want to be with me. They don't want to be around me. I don't want to be around them. And they don't care that I'm there. And if I just disappeared right now, nobody would notice. And I think I kind of... those feelings kind of stemmed from the fact that I have a large family. Not immediate family. I only have 2 sisters. But I have a large extended family on my mom's side. We are Mexicans, so I have 5 aunts and uncles. My mom makes 6 of my grandma's kids, so there's a lot of aunts and uncles, lots of cousins, and it gets very hectic and chaotic when everybody's around and everything's happening. And I constantly feel like I'm being pushed to the side, and that nobody really pays attention to me or cares. And I have a lot of proof of that I am pushed to the side and that I am unnoticed. And it's hard for me to accept that I am part of the family and that I am loved and that I do matter to the family. So even with when I am with the family, I am with people that I know who love me, I can't accept it. And instead in my head, I feel like I'm alone and that I'm unloved and that I shouldn't be here. I should just go home and not socialize with anybody. And there's only been one person to help me with that situation. And there's only been one person that I've told about this, aside from my husband. And that was my dad. I told him how I felt and what was going through my head, because he was worried about me. He knew something was wrong. He always knew. And I told him this is how I felt and this is why I felt it. And he told me to go see a therapist and that I should really talk to somebody about it, somebody who can, who is a medical professional, which at the time I did not do. I don't remember what age I was at that time. I know that I started really feeling it around 11, but I don't think I actually told my dad until like 13 to 15, somewhere in that range. And he told me, maybe we need to get you to a therapist. Maybe we need you to talk to somebody. And then it got worse. Not my thoughts, but the situations I was in, to prove me right that I am pushed to the side, which I'm not gonna bring up. I'm not gonna tell you reasons that I know is true. Just know that they're not just random thoughts going through my head. Like it's actually happening. Which this year it's gotten better because it's been brought to people's attention more often. But the only person who could help me with these issues has been Michael, because Michael's the only one who understands, because he knows what it's like to be pushed aside, because when his step-family moved in, he was constantly pushed to the side, and he was constantly the one who was always in trouble and who was always, the problem. And he understood what it was like, and he could make me feel like I was loved and I was part of the family. He's the only one. So that's what I mean by my issues. Someone with my issues. This is so hard for someone with my issues. I'm alone. So the thoughts in my head come back. And the one person who could make me feel like I belong and that I am loved and I am part of the family is gone. The only person who could is gone. So that's what I mean by my issues. I don't really want to make a whole extra video on it because that's just too much. I'm not going to go into detail too much about it because I'm not going to out people who don't need to be outed. Just know that I have completely understandable reasons on why I feel this way, and in my opinion, which has been verified from my dad and from Michael, they are reasonable feelings. Like, it makes sense. I'm not just coming up with these out of the blue. Like, I have facts, I have proof on not belonging and not being a part of the family and constantly being pushed aside. So, but like I said, it is that part's getting better, and people are starting to realize that, you know, I'm part of the family too. So, you know, I'm a human being too. So, yeah, for my update, I don't really have much other than, you know, haircut, workout, you know, that kind of fun stuff, letter. But I did want to tell you about what I meant by issues, because it means, obviously it means something different. Now you guys can understand what I mean by my issues and why this is hard for somebody with my issues. So, if that wasn't enough information, I can make another separate video about it if you really want to know. I don't know why you would really want to know, but you can comment if you do want to know, and I can make another video. I'm not going to go, like I said, I'm not going to out people. I'm not going to expose people, because I do love my family and my friends, and I'm not going to go into detail. Things are getting better, so why out them when they're trying to change for the better? So that is my update for day 1 of week 4, and that is what I mean by my issues. So, yeah. Hope you like the new hair, because I love it. It's been a while.